Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yannick from the Producer School and I'm proud to present you our brand new Melodic Techno and House Producer Pack, Eclipse. Over the last couple of months we've been working really hard to make this pack, and this will definitely be a game changer for anyone who's trying to make melodic techno or melodic house. Eclipse was inspired by artists like Tale of Us, ARTBAT, Kevin de Vries, Massano and many more leading melodic techno artists, and it's here to help you create your own melodic techno and house tracks. Inside Eclipse you will find over 115 presets for Serum, 3 different project files that are created for FL Studio, Ableton Live and Logic Pro, a sample pack including all the essentials like drums, loops, FX, drum loops, fills and more, a vocal pack including 100% royalty-free vocals, and effect chains for Ableton Live and FL Studio. If you want to support the pack and find more information about it as well as some previews, then make sure to click the link over here or use the link in the description, which goes to our website theproducerschool.com. To hear what Eclipse is all about, let me give you a preview of the project files that are included in the pack.
Escape the reality.
Alright, now let's check out some Serum presets that are included in the pack. Let me show you the full list of the Eclipse presets. We got Arps, basses, leads, plucks and synths. And I'm going to pick out a few of my favorite presets to show you and give you a little preview of how they sound. Let's start off with some Arps. This one is called Driver and can be used as a bass. As always, for every preset we create macros, and in this way you can change up the sound, add effects and more. So you can add some more white noise with macro 1, change the length, or add another layer. And most of the presets also have mod wheel modulations, which is mostly the cutoff that can open or close. Arp Lost. Arp Transcend. Let's add some bass with macro 2. Makes it really big. Over to the basses. This one is called Axis and it's a really noisy bass step. Let's tweak some macros. Bass Awakening is a warm saw bass. The pack has a lot of bass shots or bass steps included, and that's because it's a really trending sound in melodic techno right now. This is a more FM based shot and sounds like this. Bass Chemical. bass clouds is that plucky saw bass you can hear in a lot of ARTBAT tracks. Bass dimension is a really fat analog sounding Vries bass. Like a lot of the presets in the pack, it has velocity modulation, and in this way you can change some parameters which are MIDI velocity. Mostly it's the cutoff, and you can create some like interesting patterns with that by just pressing your note harder or softer. Let's see. Bass elevate. Bass halo is a really nice and deep rolling sub bass. Bass intense is one of those really fat bass steps that you can hear in tracks from Massano or Anyma, and it sounds like this. Another bass step, this one is called Omnium. Bass reaction. And then the last bass I'm going to show you is called Structure, and it's this really big FM bass step. Let's check out some leads. This one is called Adapt. Lead Astrology. This one is one of my favorite presets of the pack. Lead Desire was inspired by Innellea. You can add some vibrato with Macro 1. Lead Epilogue is a really big one, and it sounds like this. Macro 2 is also really cool, which adds this LFO stutter effect. Lead Giant is really cool if you combine bass notes and higher notes. So you play bass and then a melody on top, which sounds like this. Lead Manifest was inspired by the man Marek, and it sounds like this. You can also turn it into a Pluck with Macro 1. Lead Metro is a remake from one of the biggest tracks of the year, which is Metro by Kevin de Vries and Mau P. You can also shorten it with Macro 1. which is something they like did in the build-up of the track. Lead never. Then we have lead science, which is a really cool detuned saw with FM modulation on it, and it's creating this really cool and unique effect. It goes like this. Last lead I'm going to show you is called Solus and goes like this. Pluck Dreamy sounds exactly like the name says. Pluck Equal is a metallic sounding pluck. Pluck Follower. You can also turn it into a lead with macro 1. Pluck Heaven was inspired by Anyma. Pluck Infinity. Then there's Pluck 10. And finally, Pluck True, which has this nice fine-tuning imperfections, which makes it sound really analog. Now let me show you some synths. This one is called Ascent, and it has this really nice LFO modulation going on. Synth Celestial is this high pad sound. Synth Console. Synth Dissolve is really cool, and the higher notes have a kind of vibrato trembling effect. And we did this by using the note modulation here. It sounds like this. Synth Eclectic is this really noisy pad sound. Synth Fade is a really cool choir sounding preset, but it's not made with any samples. It's just made with wavetables and a Foreman filter, which creates this like vocal-like effect. It sounds like this. But you can also turn it into a kind of trance gate pad with macro 1, which is really cool. Synth Lumen is a really big one for chords. You can also turn it into a pad with macro 3, like this. And then the last preset I'm going to show you is the synth called C, and it's just really cool when you play around with the cutoff. You get really cool results. That was it for the presets. Now let's check out the samples that are included in Eclipse. First of all, we have some loops. We have bass loops with the MIDI files included, so you can use the MIDI file and change the sound. Sounds like these. We got synth loops. And the MIDI files for the synth loops are included as well. For the sample pack, we have bass shots, which are just like one shots of bass sounds. Drum loops, which are subdivided into head loops, percussion loops, and top loops. First of all, we got some head loops, like this acoustic head loop. Some driving head loops. Then there's a total of 15 percussion loops, which can sound like these. And 10 top loops like these. For the drums, we got all the essentials like claps, closed heads, kicks, open heads, percussion, snares, and toms. Some drum fills. We got long drum fills and short drum fills. The longer ones are usually good for build-ups and stuff like that, like this snare roll. Another snare roll. And some shorter ones, which can be used in transition parts or just before a drop hits. For the effect sounds, we got atmospheres, which are drone-like sounds. The keys included as well. We got downlifters and uplifters. Most of them are just white noise based because we feel that they are the easiest to work with. Some uplifters as well. impacts, risers, which are more like tonal ones, so they like pitch up, short sweeps, and that's it for the effects. Got some synth shots, which are also key labeled. And then finally, we got vocals, which are 100% royalty free, and they sound a bit like this.
We will meet beyond the horizon. Trait. Concentrate.
Eclipse. Escape. The reality.
System overload.
And that's it for the overview video of Eclipse. We're going to give away 3 copies of the pack to 3 people in the comments. So make sure to drop a comment and you'll get a chance to win this pack. I'm really curious to see where sounds of the pack will end up, because for our last melodic packs I saw quite some videos on events like Afterlife that were using samples from our packs, which is really cool to see. If you want to support the pack as well or find more information about it, then go to our website theproduceschool.com. And for now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.